Ja Morant was suspended due to a violation of the NBA's health and safety protocols. Morant is experiencing symptoms related to COVID-19, which lead to the suspension. Although the Grizzlies guard had not tested positive for the virus, the decision to suspend him was one of precaution for the league. The suspension is expected to last only 7 days, but could be extended depending on how Morant is feeling. Morant must continue to meet the NBA's guidelines during his suspension and will be tested daily. Should testing indicate that he is ready to return to action, he can do so after 1 day of contact tracing and negative testing. The NBA has made it clear that it wants to take the utmost safety precautions to ensure the health and safety of its players and staff. Morant is certainly not the only one to be suspended due to the virus, as several teams have faced similar issues throughout the season. The Grizzlies had already been without key players such as Jaren Jackson Jr. and Justice Winslow, and losing Morant had an immediate impact. Although his absence is most likely only temporary, it has still been a huge setback for the Grizzlies thus far. The team will have to find a way to make up for the production that Morant was providing, or possibly trade for another guard. Losing a valuable player like Morant for an indefinite amount of time can be extremely difficult to overcome. The Grizzlies may have to go back into the free agent market and find an adequate replacement for the time being. Morant's absence could mean the end of their playoff aspirations, as they are already 2 games out of the 8th seed in the Western Conference. The team will need to get creative in order to make up the difference in production in the absence of Morant. Players such as Grayson Allen and Anthony Melton have already seen their roles increase due to the injury, and will need to continue to step up if the team hopes to remain competitive. Additionally, they will need to have role players such as Jonas Valanciunas and Kyle Anderson step up their game as well. Morant's suspension is certainly a setback, but the team has the talent to remain in contention for the playoffs. They will need to remain focused and continue to play as a team, regardless of the circumstances. The team has been resilient this season, and despite the loss of Morant, they have remained competitive in the West. Morant is one of the best players in the league, and the suspension could not have come at a worse time for the Grizzlies. This is one of the most crucial periods of the season, and they will need to find ways to make up for the lost production. The team's commitment to safety is admirable, and Morant's swift suspension sets a good example for other teams. The Grizzlies must now find a way to win without its leader, and it will be a difficult task without him. The team will have to find creative and disciplined ways to make up for the lost production and remain competitive.